did we learn this morning? Do reviews matter? Does Instagram seem like a platform that you're more likely to use now, having seen those presentations? 2 years ago at this meeting, Instagram was something we were kind of putting our toes in the water and saying, well, I don't know if it's right for the practice, only millennials use it. I want to do big implant cases. I don't want to do just whitening on people who are 27 who have no money and won't show up for their appointment. Today we're going to talk about currency. And currency comes in two forms. Money. Everybody in the room has enough money, right? Yes? We're good. No. So one person said no. Two people said. How many of you have enough time? Anyone? What can I make more of? I can make more money. What can I never get back? Time. So in our careers as young dentists, we typically start and don't have very much money. And so we're willing to invest more time than money because we don't have the money. If I'm looking at what I need to invest in the form of new patient acquisition and existing patient retention, usually early on in my career, I have more time than money. What happens as I get a little bit older? What should I be getting more of? Money. I should be getting more money. And if I'm kind of working with my life plan or my vision board or whatever it is you're going to call it, you're probably getting busier in your personal life as well. Now you've got kids and you've got a spouse and you're trying to go, okay, wait a second, I've got to be at this soccer game at 3 o'clock and I've got this 250 patient and that's probably not going to work. And you don't have as much time, but you have a little bit more money. This is also true of all the team members in the office, right? Do we all have the exact same amount of time? No. Who has more time, women or men? Look at all the women. Men. Okay. And then the problem is we come to meetings like this and we go, oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. And we kind of get derailed from our marketing plan. Oh, squirrel, let's focus on this. Right? Do we do that? Oh yeah, see, all of you are like writing, yeah, Instagram, influencer, Instagram. And that is an excellent strategy. It's a shiny new thing. We talked yesterday about the importance of a budget and understanding a couple of key statistics before you move forward. You need to know your new patient production. I don't care about body count, that's batting average. I care about the production. I care about the acquisition cost, and I care about my average production per new patient and my average production per existing patient. You guys all remember that? We also talked about, what's that section in the front of the plane called? The first class cabin. You have a first class cabin in your practice. Whether you have Dentrix or EagleSoft or Open Dental, you can go back after this meeting, write down action item, run my new patient summary for the last 12 months, look at my average production per new patient, and then go find all the people that are higher than that. And figure out, what do they all have in common? Did they all write me a great review? Did they all come from a certain zip code? Did they all find me on the internet? And then duplicate that effort, okay? As it turns out, for many of you, sometimes you think you have more money, sometimes you think you have more time. Not all time invested is created equally, just like not all dollars invested are created equally, okay? I have a client in the Washington, D.C. area. Washington, D.C. has a huge problem with affordable housing right now. Okay? Anybody from the D.C. area? Not a single person. Okay? You've got people who used to be able to afford to live that now, same problem as the Bay Area, anybody from the Bay Area? That now have to go out 30, 40, 50, 60 miles to be able to afford to live and commute in. When they're looking for a dentist, are they looking where they live or are they looking where they work? Where they work. Unfortunately, they also have to take time off. See, now we're thinking about what patients have to invest with us. We've been so busy thinking about the marketing dollars we're investing, we forgot to think about, wait, I'm asking patients to invest money, and everybody has a dental budget, right? Everybody set aside $1,500 for their crowns and fillings. No, no one has a dental budget. So everything above $0 is an unplanned expense. I have to take it from the money pool for fun stuff. Disney or implant. I'm asking my patients not only to commit their money, I'm asking my patients to commit their time. And for many of your patients, their time is more valuable than their dollar. Are you respectful of their time? Okay. Also remember, as we've seen some tremendous presentations yesterday on the importance of content on your site, off your site, on your social media channels, that not all content is created equal. Some of you have created a fantastic video that you can share that is going to be significantly better than any of the video already available on your site. Some of the videos we see look like this.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be covering a subject which a lot of patients find quite nerve-wracking. So it's going to be about what to expect if you're having a tooth extraction. So a lot of patients, quite understandably, are very nervous and afraid of their dental extraction. So in today's video, I'm aiming to explain what to expect during the procedure, and a step-by-step account, and hopefully knowing what to expect will help
Raise your hand if you were bored 10 seconds ago.
And anxieties before you.
This is a 3.5-minute video. Here's the good news. It was shot professionally. Here's the bad news. There's a skull on the table. We have the scary emoji in the corner, right? Here's the great news about social media. If you've been using it, the metrics in there are incredible. You load a video and you can go in and see, here's how long people watched it. Where does their attention span usually drop off a cliff? 3 seconds, 10 seconds. So you start to rethink your content. Not all content is created equal. We're trying to express and communicate frequently asked questions, things you need to do. Your content, if you want your dollar to go farther than it ever has before, needs to connect here, not here. Like this.
These are the voices we've heard our whole lives. But they get harder to hear the further out we go.
Which video is better? Is it even a choice? Hey? All the women in the audience, which is most of you, does that hit you here or does that hit you here? All the words that they put on the screen. We've been told we were not pretty enough, didn't smile enough, wasn't fast enough, shouldn't stay out of the lane. It resonates with us emotionally. There was some fantastic advice given yesterday on the copy we choose on our website, and this magical formula Zana gave us for writing a headline, because it needs to connect with the patient emotionally. If you're going to invest your time needs to go farther because of the emotional connection. Now, here's the secret formula. Okay, there's only 3 ways to get patients. Interruption marketing, which you call advertising. TV, radio, print, direct mail. Guess what stuff? That stuff still works. It's just really, really expensive. And it has the lowest return on investment projection and the lowest conversion rate. If I get 10 leads from a television campaign, I predict that of the 10 that will call, only 50% will actually schedule, only 50% will show up, only 50% of those will accept treatment, pretty soon I'm left with 0.25 people, which is not much. On the digital side, we call that permission. Whenever you opt in, email, Facebook, text, going to the web and saying, who is the best dentist in my area that takes Delta Dental and is open on Friday? Which is some of the things we see in search now on the long tail side. Okay? Digital is not as expensive as advertising and has a better return on investment. The absolute best way to get a patient, as we've talked about all conference long, is word of mouth. Word of mouth has the lowest cost of entry, the highest return on investment, the highest conversion rate. What's the only problem with word of mouth? How fast does it work? Not very fast. You're not Starbucks. You don't see patients every day. If you're trying to generate word of mouth traction, that's where social media became the accelerator in your car. Unfortunately, what a lot of us want is, well, Kristie, my hygienist used to do this, and now she's doing Facebook 2 hours a day, and then I've got my assistant over here doing this, and we're taking pictures, and what am I getting for this? I write Prospecta a check, and they show me this cool little report that Google did this, and we converted this, and we got this many leads, and I like that. But I can't tell you what Susie's actually doing. I don't know how to account for her time. It's not this neat and tidy little line anymore. It kind of looks like this. Does that mean it doesn't work? No, not at all. It just means the lines have been a little bit blurred. And so if we're going to create a budget, this is the best time of year to create a budget. You've got 9 months of data. You can run back into the fourth quarter of 2018 and get a whole fiscal year if you want. And you can use the fourth quarter. This is why I love that this meeting every year is at this time. You can use the fourth quarter to plan for next year. So here's the 5 rules you need to follow. Are you ready for the rules? All right. Rule 1, be honest. Be honest with yourself about how much money you're spending. Be honest with yourself about how much time you're investing. I have known plenty of practitioner that comes away from an energizing meeting like this and says, oh my gosh, we absolutely have to have a community event. We're going to sponsor a 5K. Hey, Barb, you go take care of that. And was that on Barb's original job description? No, so now I've added it to all her other tasks. Be honest about how much money you're really spending and how much time you're really using. And subsequently, kind of the corollary to that is be honest with yourself about how much time and money you can commit. Okay? If you only have $10,000 to spend on your entire marketing budget, should I blow it on one TV ad? No. But we see people do that all the time where they go, oh, I boosted this post and it didn't work, so I'm going to walk away. Advertising on Facebook is not the same as word of mouth on Facebook. Let's be clear about that. If you're running an ad for implants and got a nice little click funnel, that's advertising. It's just in a different platform. Fair enough? Don't expect the same ROI as if Mr. Jones asks his friends on Facebook, hey, who's the best implant surgeon in my area? And they give you your name, and you don't even know about it because the whole conversation happens on their wall. Those are different. Be honest. Be honest with yourself about your time and your budget, what you've spent and what you can do. Do we have rule 1? All right, we're committed. Number 2, have a plan. You will literally save tens of thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours if you simply take 2 to 4 hours between now and December 31st. That's it. Between 2 to 4 hours between now to the end of the year and outline a plan. I don't care if it's a daily plan. Steve has given us an easy to follow 2x2 rule that we can implement every day. If we're not doing that, we're nuts. If the plan involves an event, if the plan involves a giveaway, if the plan involves a photo shoot or a live video, just sketch it out. It has to make sense on paper first. Does it have to be perfect? No. but start with a plan. Okay? Think through it. Do it as a team exercise. Do it as a fun team exercise. They have proven over and over again that if you leave the office, like staff meeting, we're not all huddled in the staff lounge. If we all were to walk out and go walk around that farm area behind us and see the horses and the cows and the pigs and the sheep and take in this absolutely incredible mountain air, do you know our brains actually work better because we've been outside for 15 minutes? When's the last time you walked outside, walked around your building, and then had the staff meeting? Well, Kristie, we can't do that. Our practice is in Buffalo, New York, and it's 25 below zero out here in January. Okay? But mix it up. Number 3, TTA. No, I did not say TNA. Careful. Okay? TTA. Test, track, adjust. Many a marketing strategy has gone awry because we got stuck in the testing phase, or we forgot the tracking phase, or we completely omitted the opportunity to adjust. The metrics available to us on digital marketing and the use of artificial intelligence are better than they have ever been. Are we using them wisely? Test, track, adjust. Rule 4, connect emotionally. Not here, but here. And finally, rule 5, be memorable. Andy Cernovitz, kind of the guru of word-of-mouth marketing. If you haven't read his book titled Word of Mouth Marketing, you should get it. Seth Godin, The Purple Cow. Jay Baer, Convince and Convert. All of these books have one common theme. People forget boring stuff. People don't talk about boring stuff. My composite restoration doesn't come up in dinner conversation, right? My conversation with you, my interaction with the practice, the fact that you remembered it was my birthday, the fact that I have the last appointment of the day and I'm struggling to get in with my 2 kids, and you pull out dinner from under your desk and say, hey, we went to Whole Foods and got you something, just take this home. Thanks so much for being our patient. Be memorable. Okay? If I end right now, some of you are going to forget this entire lecture and remember that yesterday I talked about baseball. Right? More than half of what you say to your patients, they forget the moment they walk out the door. Being memorable is about creating an experience, creating something that's tangible that people remember. Okay? If I'm not on the phone with a client or at an office or standing on a stage in front of you, if I'm not working, you'll find me in my kitchen and it looks like this. This was a couple weeks ago. Okay? And those are all cupcakes. Okay? And those are Snickers-filled cupcakes with a incredible peanut butter buttercream stuffed with a Snickers bar and a Snickers bar on top and a delicious, soft, moist devil's food cake. Okay? And then I pack them all up and put them in this big commercial fridge we've got in the garage, and I take them over to a charity event. Because I believe baking makes people happy. Everybody has to cook. Nobody has to bake. Okay? And see, my sister made me this cool little sign, and I'm working on my fonts. How am I doing? Okay? Also, although we're at the tail end of the season, most Tuesday and Thursday nights, you'll find me in a group like this. By the way, do you see any women in that group? It's what we call a sausage fest, right? Okay. This is our cycling club. This is a small gathering. Usually when it gets busy during the summer, we might have up to 100 people turn out on Tuesday and Thursday nights. When I first joined the cycling club after I moved from beautiful Utah with the mountains and canyons to climb to flat, boring as you know what, Ohio, I was pissed about the cycling club. And then I went, wait a second. What do I love to do? I love to teach, I love to bake, and I love to ride my bike. So, if I'm going to be hanging out with all these guys, and we're going to be riding together, how can I get them to remember me? More importantly, if you're a cyclist in the room, how can I get them not to drop me on that climb every single time? Okay? And so the answer was, and so now, many years later, having been in Ohio, our club knows that on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, there's hashtag trunk treats. And everybody gathers around the trunk, and sometimes we have cookies, and sometimes we have cupcakes. And it's the connection with all the people. And now I love those guys just as much as I loved the girls that rode. And they don't leave me. And there's a connection there. It's memorable. Now, how many of you are hungry now? Okay. And so, in consideration, because time and money are what we're talking about today, how much time do you think it takes to make 250 cupcakes? I have 4 ovens. I'll grant you that. How much time? An hour? No. 3-4 hours? Okay, maybe. How much time does it take if I am on my phone at the Digital Dental Marketing Conference yesterday and find best cupcake in Utah County, Cupcake Wars, Pleasant Grove, and then, lo and behold, ladies, locate 250 cupcakes at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and say, can we have these ready for tomorrow? Because I don't have the time to bake, nor do I have the availability, but I sure want to make sure all of these people don't necessarily get a free car, but get a cupcake. Okay? Were they more expensive than if I made them myself? Yes, I nearly, But is it worth it? Will you remember it? Yes. So there are a variety of flavors as we go into the break. Please enjoy a cupcake. And remember the 5 rules. Let's go through them quickly again. Number 1, do what? Number 2. Number 3. TTA stands for? Test, track, adjust. Number 4. What? Connect emotionally. Forget the boring videos. Let's hit them here. And 5, remember to be memorable. Enjoy your cupcake and enjoy the rest of your conference.